Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to morning yoga. It is Friday, and we had the full moon. And it was a Tuesday night, and I'm just now starting to get caught up on sleep. So I need a bit of an energizing practice this morning. So that is where we'll be headed. We'll start in child's pose and then just get moving from there. So if you'd like to join me, you can always again place a blanket or a towel underneath the knees. That's a great option. But we'll start with the toes together and knees wide and arms maybe extending long, forehead to the mat. So if your shoulders aren't quite awake yet, we can always separate the hands a little more or a wider V, or even sometimes it feels nice for me to find a bend in the elbows and just let the forearms rest on the mat. I'm just creating a goalpost type shape with the arms. If your forehead is touching the ground, you can always start to rock your head side to side and a little gentle massage for the third eye. That stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, encouraging us to relax a little. And then when you find a good spot, just allow yourself to settle. And focusing on your breath. This morning, let's just watch our inhales and exhales. So no controlling, just observing. Letting that be our anchor point. Knowing that our breath is there for us this entire practice. And when you're ready, we'll start to bring just a little gentle movement to the body by walking our upper body to the right, nice and gentle. I like to lift my body and walk hands over, feeling a stretch to the left side of your body. So you might think about sitting the left hip down and back as the left fingertips reach along and then over. Your left hand can always come on top of the right. We're here for just a couple more breaths. Lateral stretch of the spine. And then gently coming back through center to switch sides. So continue to reach long as you walk through center. And then we'll bring arms over to the left. Your gaze in these shapes could be toward the ground, or you could look under either armpit. But feel right hip sitting back. Right fingertips reaching up and then over. And breathe a little into the right side body. Just a couple more breaths. And then we'll bring body back through center. Back to our neutral child pose. Find a little lift of the upper body. And we're going to take the left arm and needle it underneath of the right. Finding a bit of a twist. Maybe your left shoulder finds the mat. Maybe you can lower your head down toward the mat. You might feel this twist more toward the upper part of the spine. In the back of the left shoulder. And to release out, press your right hand into the mat so you can lift your body. And we'll extend left arm long, just switching sides. Right arm needles underneath of the left. Again, maybe your right shoulder finds the mat, maybe the side of your head. These left fingertips reach along. If you're like me, your hips want to come up, think about sitting them down and back. And breathe. Pressing into the left hand to lift your body, coming back into a neutral child's pose. And then when you're ready, we'll roll this up into a tabletop. So setting up, taking that time, maybe putting a blanket or a towel underneath the knees. When you find your tabletop, we'll come into our cat-cows. On the inhale, dropping the belly, we look up and forward. Exhale, press into your hands and around. So now we're connecting our movement with breath. The inhale drops us into cow. Exhale is pressing us up into cat. Your breath, your pace. A few more rounds of the spinal flexion and extension. And then when you're ready, come into your neutral spine. Lift your toes up off of the mat and take them over to the right, looking over your right shoulder. So finding again a bit of a stretch through the left side body. Get space below your belly button, pulling towards spine, pressing into the hands. And then when you're ready, lifting up the toes, we'll come back through center and then bring them over to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Pressing into the floor, engaging the abdomen. And lifting the toes, coming back through center. Tucking your toes here, plugging in the shoulders. And let's begin to lift your hips into your downward facing dog. Once you find your downward dog, you might start to move here, bending one knee at a time. Just finding a bit of a stretch, a bit of an opening here. And from this downward dog, roll out into a plank. So I like to lift my heels and then find a roll through the spine coming into plank. We have the option of lowering the knees here, a great option if you want. So we're in plank or we're in plank on the knees. And then begin to roll this back into downward facing dog. So think of this like a wave. Working with the breath, we'll inhale into plank or plank with the knees bent. Exhale, roll it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, roll it back. A few more rounds. Last one, roll it out into plank. Roll it back into downward facing dog. Coming into your tabletop. Bring your toes together and press back into child's pose. Pause for a moment. Move if you want. Check back in. And then when you're ready, we'll lift back into tabletop. From this shape, getting a little more into the hips, start to sit into the right side. Find a half circle and bring the hips over toward the left. So start at the left this time, a little half circle and over to the right. So you can play around with this movement however you like this morning. Slow it down, speed it up, take it in any other direction. Just finding a little bit of movement around the hips. It is Friday. Friday is ruled by Venus. So maybe find a little bit more feminine type energy in this flow. A couple more breaths. And once everything is even, coming back to your neutral tabletop, tuck your toes and press to downward facing dog. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands, coming into your forward fold. As always, whatever bend in the knees you like here, take it. And feel free to step your feet a little wider than hip width. That feels better. We'll hang out in the forward fold for a couple of breaths. So either keep your connection to the earth with your hands, or maybe you grab an elbow on each hand. Maybe you let your body move and sway, or it stays still. You can letting your head go, giving your neck a shake, yes and no. Finding some length around the cervical spine. And 2 more breaths. So if you find your feet a little wider than hip width, begin to heel toe them a little closer so that they are right in line with the hips. On an inhale, lengthen your spine, touch your legs somewhere. Exhale, fold. Standing on this inhale, bring arms above your head. And exhale your hands to heart center. Half sun A, inhale, arms up, long side body. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, touch the floor. Inhale, lengthen, touch the legs, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms above your head. And exhale, heart center. Again, inhale, arms up, long side body. Exhale, fold, touch the floor. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Bring your hands to heart center and pause. Take a breath. From here, inhaling, arms up, grab your left wrist. Return so you can see we're reaching tall, and then I'll turn to mirror you, side stretch over to your right. Lift up through center, grab your right wrist. Lift tall, and then your side stretches over to your left. Lift up through center, bringing your hands to heart center. Placing your left hand on your heart. I'm going to turn so you can see. We're going to twist to the right, bringing right fingertips to the back of the room. So I have bend in my knees here, and my left knee is coming a little more forward. Shoulder blades pulling down the back. To switch sides, bring hands back to heart center, right hand to the heart. Begin to twist to the left as left fingertips reach back. So again, my right knee is bent and a little more forward. And we'll bring both hands to heart center. Inhaling, arms above your head. Exhale, fold. Step back to a plank or a tabletop. If you're in plank, you want to lower your knees here. We're going to take this to the ground, squeezing elbows towards your sides. Lowering hips, protecting the shoulders, untuck your toes. Lift up into a cobra. Pause through the lift. Swirly part of the crown of your head, finding some length toward the ceiling. Begin to lower and press back into your downward dog, maybe through tabletop. From your downward dog, step your left foot a little closer toward your right. So your left foot's more in the middle. Your right leg extends up for 3-point. So right now our hips are going to face the ground as we reach the right heel. When you're ready, start to stack the hips. So right hip is coming over top of left. And then option to bend the right knee, finding maybe a little more opening through the front of the right thigh. From here, we'll extend back into 3-point. Pull your right knee into cheetah. So we're in the plank with knee to nose. Taking the right knee out to the right, we're finding a circle and pressing back into 3-point. So with the breath, it's an inhale here in 3-point. Exhale to cheetah. Circle right knee out and around, 3-point inhale. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale out and around, 3-point. Step your foot between your hands, coming into a lunge. Option to stay right here in the runner's lunge with a lifted back knee, or maybe you lower your back knee. Option to stay here with hands on the ground, or they come to the front knee or reach overhead. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Breathe. Hands are up, coming down from either side of the front foot. Step to your forward fold. So we lift the back knee, maybe a couple of hops or one big lunge into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms above your head. And exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Hands come down and step back to your plank, maybe to your tabletop. So option here, from here, to press to downward dog, or come with me, maybe lowering the knees, bringing your body to the ground. Lift up for your cobra. And press back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. This time, stepping your right foot a little closer to your left. When you're ready, left leg extends up for 3-point and out. So we're looking for length here, not so much height as our hips face the ground. So reach through the left heel, press in through the hands. Then when you're ready, we'll stack the hips left on top of right. The option to bend the top knee, the left knee, find a bit of an opening through the front of the leg. You can always circle through the ankle here, separate toes. Maybe circle through the hip. And we'll extend back into 3-point. Hips face the ground, come into your cheetah. Pause for just a moment to feel the shape. Press into the ground, maybe even flex the left foot. We'll take the left knee out and around to the left to press us back into 3-point reach. With the breath, inhale here. Exhale, cheetah. Circling out and around, inhale. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, circle out and around. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, out and around. This time we'll find the lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Good pause. So sides are different. What does this lunge want to look like this morning? Maybe right here, the back knee lifted, maybe it lowers. You can always stay connected to the earth with hands, or bring them to the front knee, or maybe reach them overhead. Breathe. One more breath. And when you're ready, hands on either side of your front foot to the forward fold. So we lift the back knee, again, a couple of hops or one big lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms above your head. And exhale to heart center. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, pause, holding this forward fold. Begin to heel toe your feet out toward the corners or the edges of your mat. And then turn your toes out. From here, begin to sit the hips down. So coming into a malasana or hindi squat, and it might be right here with your hips in line with your knees. This can be a good place to be. Or you can start to maybe let your hips sink through center. I'll turn to face you here. Maybe hands come to prayer. Maybe they come to fists. Either way, just taking a moment. If you're here with the hips down, you might start to think about rolling weight toward the back edge of your foot, lifting your arches, and just one more breath. And then we'll bring hands down and start to straighten the legs, heels going then back towards center. Begin to roll this up to standing. You might walk hands up the legs. Closing out this morning, bring your hands to heart center in prayer. Thumbs pressing into the breastbone. Eyes closed or gaze relaxing. Take a moment to let the breath settle. And then pausing to maybe set your intention for the day or bring to mind something you've been working toward. And this morning we'll seal this in with a cleansing breath, a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for each other this morning. Once again, for those on the front lines, and sending gratitude to anyone or anything else. And I thank you guys so much. We'll close out, of course, with spirit fingers, and I will see you on Monday. Have a great